Terumot Perak Aleph Mishnah Zayin, 7th Mishnah in the first chapter of Terumot. In this Mishnah, the Mishnah is going to teach us the following. We'll just read it. Ein tormin, lo b'midah, v'lo b'mishkal, v'lo b'minyan. When you designate Terumah, you can't take off Terumah either b'midah, a measurement, lo b'mishkal, weight, v'lo b'minyan, or by count. Meaning, when you take off Terumah, you have to do what's called b'omed, approximately. Okay, so meaning that you're not supposed to give exactly a certain amount. Why is that? It says the Bartanura. Dichtiv v'nachshav lachem terumatchem b'machshava ata torem kolomar me'omed. This is the word omed, approximation. You don't give an exact amount. Okay, the Torah says nachshav lachem terumotechem. Let's look at the pasuk. Okay, in the pasuk Kav Zayin, we said kiti chuma aser shenata d'truma trumata maaser. Okay, but the Gemara learns out that in Trumata Maaser mina Maaser is obviously an amount. It's a tenth. So therefore the pasuk v'nachshav lachem trumotechem, v'nachshav lachem means it must be approximated. So therefore, be'omed, v'iyata torem lo b'midah, v'lo b'mishkal, v'lo b'minyan. And you may not take off truma either by weight, mishkal, or by measurement, or by count. V'avagav d'haikra b'trumat maaser hu dichtiv. Even though that pasuk is really talking about Trumat Maaser, but you can't say Trumat Maaser, because you know it's Maaser Mina Maaser, it's a tenth of a tenth. Therefore, Taneu Inyan the Trumat Gedola. So therefore, the Chazal learned out that verse, this verse is talking about Truma itself. Okay, so it's an important rule. So when you're giving, let's say, for example, you want to give a 50th, you don't say measure. You take off and give ba'omed, you have to give approximately. Aval, nonetheless, toremhu et hamadud ve'et hashakul ve'et hamanui. You can count the tevel, the grain or the corn or the what have you. You can measure it. I have exactly 77 bushels. You can't count or measure the truma you take off, but you can take off the measure or weigh that which is being taken, that which was tevel. Ein tormin b'salu b'kupa she'em shel midah. Let's say I have a basket that's used to measure. I can't take truma with that basket because it looks like because it looks like I am actually giving by measurement. But you can use the regular basket that's usually, a bushel or a barrel or what have you, okay? And you can give half or a third, because a half or a third, in general, is an approximate amount. Yeah, I give you a half a barrel. Okay, it's not generally measured that way. But lo yitrom b'sa'ah chetzia shechtzia midah. If you have a sa'ah measurement, a half a sa'ah was also a measurement. Okay, and sometimes the Bartanura says, sheyesh pa'amim sibanim ad bakom chetzia. It has a measurement of a half. So I guess the idea would be today, if you had measuring cups like, 1 cup, you could use that. But if you had like a glass measuring cup which had measurements on it, so you can't say, I'm only giving half. What are you supposed to do? You're only giving half. Then you're measuring because you're looking at the measuring line, which is half as well. And that you're not allowed to do. We'll stop here. Okay, but just remember the rule that Truma is not given exactly. If you want to give a 50th, you have to give approximately. You can't give exactly the exact amount, which is somewhat counter to what people mostly think about or would think about taking off Terumah. But it's something we never do because we just give a tiny amount midoraita in order not to waste, because we don't give it to the Kohen. Well, I dedicate the learning to the memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman, and if you have any comments or questions, as always, feel free to contact me at arspoter@gmail.com.